Okay, so hey Brandon, what's up? It's Brandon from Calypso Development. Just wanted to showcase this web design to you. I think it's really awesome. Ultimately, you have your Clarity pool service logo in the background, or actually underneath the pool. I thought that was a really cool effect. And then that's just the intro page. I was thinking actually of we can also put some call to actions in this area. We could even put a form in here. I think almost it's better to obviously just keep it simple, but we do want to like either put in enter site or this is just a splash page, literally. So and I did have there's a couple of features I'm gonna add later on. Like I was thinking either a duck or a woman on a raft going by like this, and photorealistic. This is like super new technology. I'm using it's basically next generation stuff. It's called WebGL. Very, very cool stuff. Ultimately, you're going to have a search feature. Here, this is all your social media links. Here is your navigation. It keeps it nice and tucked away. And this is going to be it's fully responsive, meaning it shows up well on mobile, tablets, as well as desktop. Big screen TV, whatever you showcase this website on, it'll show up very nice. And this is obviously not your standard navigation. There's a few elements that were included, but what I did was I have a few different templates, page templates I want to showcase to you. So, and keep in mind, none of this stuff is totally finished yet. Basically, I have to flesh out the entire page. Here we have placeholder text. Me and my employee are actually working on it currently. We're fleshing out the content, developing new stuff. We're optimizing that content for search engine optimization. You also have the pool effect here, which is super cool. The photos are actually we'll be able to get the rights to use a few of them. Just because they are my uncle's who owns Las Vegas Pix Photography. He was one of the exclusive shooters for like some of the big home builders, as well as a couple of the different pool builders. So, which is nice. I'll be able to get the rights to use all these photos. I'll talk with him and make sure we get everything. So, anyways, custom swimming pools. Obviously, this needs to be fleshed out like big time. But just to showcase what the plans are for it is ultimately actually this is supposed to be white. I don't know why it's showing up that way. Hold on. See, there we go. Okay, so basically this is white. This is just a call to action area that goes through three different slides. Obviously they'll be different. But this right here is just a taste of what I ultimately want to do. I want to do all the different pool shapes. And you let me know if that's something you're into doing, showcasing the pool shapes and stuff like that. We can put some custom designs in here, whatever you want to do. The whole point of this page, it needs to be fleshed out big time. We're going to put all the specs, what types of materials. The materials and stuff will be on a different page, but this is a themed page. It'll kind of give you a rough idea, ultimately what it would look like. That's kind of where we're at. We're just, we got to decide on, and this is the footer. We got to decide on how the page is going to look if you're cool with this. And once you say yes, that's when you'll start to see the magic happen. Everything gets fleshed out. I just, we try not to build it out, or I try not to build it out too much because I don't know if you're gonna like it or not, or same. This is always the pool effect. And what's nice though is that I actually have something I might be doing. Where can I show you it real quick? Where is it? Well, anyways, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I can actually make this water feature when it's it doesn't really work on this because this has already got a cool pool effect, but what it does is I can make this water actually flow in the picture in both of these areas. I'll showcase it to you. There's a once I find it, oh, I know where it's at now. Once we get to that page, I'll showcase it to you. But ideally, this would be the custom pool projects area where you would put where we would like take we'd guide code, take photos of the project, and then ultimately these would be in individual projects, and then we'd have actually there would be basically a little section down here for navigation where we would do ultimately 8 per page, maybe double that. And then we would have a little navigation down here that would go. You'd be able to click on it, and boom, it'd go to another 12 different projects. And obviously, this takes time to fill up, and this is definitely something we'll have to work on. But I'm here for you. That's included in your monthly. Going out and taking photos and stuff like that. Also, we'll be able to filter the projects because this will be a bunch of different custom post types because it'll be a content management system. If you decide on it, I'll flesh it out, I'll develop it a little bit further, and then I'll turn it into a content management system. This will be where we'll be able to categorize all the different pool projects, and like I said, long term. Ultimately, this will be calls to action. This is your footer area. It's just, you can basically put the important information that you want to stress to the people. It's just another place to put content. Then you have the single project page, which is like here. Once you click on one of these projects, this will ultimately be what it looks like. So you come down here, and this is that image I was telling you about or wanted to show you. This is an animated image, so you can see how the water's flowing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But ultimately, this would be for a single project. We would basically give it, I've done a lot of actual sites that are similar to this for the barbecue industry. This is where we would kind of give it a custom name to separate it from the other projects. We'd give it something, catchy, and then ultimately put a description in here. We would actually put the layout of the pool. Oh yeah, by the way, really quick, let me go back. This also is animated, and if you click on it, we'll have a description of the pool shape, what its pros and cons are, and put a bunch of other little specifications in here. That's what I wanted to show you. But ultimately, and this is has the pool effect, and it'll rotate through. There's quite a few different pool shapes I still have to add. And here this would be ultimately a call to action. We would list a bunch of other stuff about pools here, but carrying right along over to the project section. Really what it comes down to is this is just a hover over effect. We'd give it another little description here of the photo. It would be the featured photo section, and we'd make it animated. And then this would, I know these are the same photos, but these would be another additional photos for this whole particular project. So this would be the single project portfolio, which once again, this would be all your project portfolios, okay? And then really what it comes down to is once you clicked on that, you would be taken to the single project where it actually goes through that particular project. And then some basic pages would be the About Us page, and this is variable. We'll switch out content. We can put advertisements here for, say I don't know if you offer financing. That's something we'll get to though, and we'll start getting into the fine details. We could put ads here. So this is a good call to action though, and it is a form. And ultimately, what we'll want to do though is we'll want to actually add some additional stuff down here, like some graphical ads that say, hey, get financed, or if you're pitching or your pool service, your maintenance service, we could put an advertisement, a little rectangular one here, and maybe if you have financing, a financing ad here. But all this stuff needs to be fleshed out, and that's once we have that conversation, once I get a little bit more information from your wife and your brother and you, and kind of we go through and we with a fine-tooth comb, we'll get this all started. But this is like the basic look of the page. You have the graphical header, and if you don't like that particular font, I think I think you have a really clean site. And then this particular type of title, this is called Mustang. I think it gives it a little bit of dirtiness, like almost like creativeness. with the fine, like, kind of everything's in perfect alignment kind of structure. I think this gives it that little ring that sets it off a little bit. So and then ultimately, there's nothing more really. What it comes down to is, if you're happy with how it looks. Also, this is you'd be able to, all this stuff functions. If you click on this on mobile, you're going to be immediately taken to, it's going to dial the phone number for you and everything. The location map, you click on this, and see, that's the thing, we might have to get rid of this because you just have a PO box. But we will add all your social media in here. Actually started to develop, or excuse me, build all your social media out. And um, and then here we have little additional little content sections that we'll use for, like, FAQ. Like, this would be an FAQ. Just stuff to. And I'm actually going to make this so it's transparent, so you can see the page underneath. So yeah, you can see this page underneath it. I just haven't done it yet. And ultimately, it's going to be spaced out. There'll probably be a few images here, depending on what content I put here. So and then, if you click on this, you'll see this little app shows up, to dial, which I'm on my desktop, so obviously we're not going to dial out. And then yeah, so that really, you'll have search features. This will be a full-blown content management system. We'll put depending on how much content, and that's the name of the game, is to build as much content as possible, making you an authority within your industry. We're gonna like I said, you guys are gonna get sick of me and my employee after we get this thing launched. And I'm hoping you guys say, hey, oh, that's so awesome, and let's do it, build it out, so that's what I'm hoping for, because to be honest with you, I think this is going to knock the socks off of most people. I mean, I've looked at your competitors, I've looked at people who are super high end, and I think once you see this fleshed out, because there's so much more that's going to happen once we start developing content specific stuff. And then we're going to obviously do graphics that are relative to the content we put in here. We're going to do a whole story about you. We're going to get some information, some base stuff, and kind of interview you guys. And then we're going to start talking about industry-specific pool building, the materials you use. We can display the different types of materials, similar to this section over here. We'll be able to display different types of the materials. So it's like a theme page. I mean, ultimately, this can be repurposed for many different, each of these individual blocks could be different types of materials. Ultimately, these types of tile, the different kinds of cool deck or decorative concrete you're using, water and fire features, rockscapes. It could be samples of different materials that a customer can use in their project. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things that we can do with this, but this should give you an idea roughly what your website would look like, as long as you, I'm pretty confident that you guys are going to like this. So ultimately, once again, just let me know. And to be honest, I didn't want to invoice, and this interacts with the mouse, so it's something that is going to be pretty cool. What I did have earlier, I'm still just developing it, is I had a little you can see the top view of a rubber duck, something you would put in your pool, and the rubber duck goes like this and floats by. And it's really cool. I just am still developing it. Right now I have the animation of the duck that goes like this, but I need it to interact with the water just like the mouse, so you get this trail. Also, I mean, if we can also put a chick on a raft right here, that just, like, if the person sits on for like more than 10-15 seconds, all of a sudden a chick in a bathing suit on a raft floats by. I mean, and that's stuff that, as long as you choose this, I mean, and there's a lot of work put into this. If you have any issues with anything, let me know. But for the most part, here you go. I really hope you like it, Brandon. Put a lot of work into it. But if you don't, I design until you're happy. So let me know. Thank you. Oh, By the way, yeah, I wanted to showcase this to you before I invoiced you because I know you've been screwed over in the past. But and I'm so far from that. If anything, I actually tried to do better than and give you more on this project because how bad Rick fucked you over. So, anyways, and he can eat his heart out. I'm hoping you choose this because to be honest with you, it's really awesome, and I know it's better than most. I don't think there'll be another person with a better site as far as pool builders. So this is going to be something very unique that I can guarantee you're going to get a lot of compliments for. And I mean, so just let me know. All right, thanks, Brandon.